Welcome to another episode of Learn from People Who Lived It.
Hi, my name is Cheryl and I'm 56 years old.
What story are you here to share?
I am here to share family dysfunction, possibly a parent that is narcissistic, and just judgment that created all these beliefs that maybe don't work anymore.
Who do you hope hears this?
Anyone that's having that same issue, that is just feeling stuck and uneasy and not knowing where to go in life and why it all feels so different. You look at your family and like, why am I so different?
Our next guest is, well, she has a similar story to me. She lost her father at a young age, 18 to be exact. And as you heard, she grew up with what she believes to be a pretty narcissistic mother. And Troy DeSmit from Spirit Quest alongside me this morning. Hi to everybody.
Good morning, Matthew. Good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning.
So let's just dive right in. How we're starting most of these shows, Cheryl, is kind of that 0 to 10 lens. So if you don't mind, walk us through what the first 10 years of your life are all about, family, the situations around it, kind of the vibe with mom, dad, brothers, sisters, that whole thing. What is your life like from 0 to 10?
I think it's pretty normal. Grew up in the Midwest, had a house. There was 6 of us, so I have 3 siblings, and pretty normal. Both my parents worked, so that early stage I don't quite remember, but I know we had a house at some point and just really happy and life was great. And then I think Dad wanted to start a business, and so they ended up selling the house, and it just kind of seemed to fall apart a little bit from there. Maybe, as I look at it from an adult standpoint, that their relationship might have been affected from that.
What is the situation like between you and your mom, you and your dad? Is it a good relationship, bad relationship, brothers and sisters? What's the relationship like there?
Again, I think it's all pretty normal at that stage. I think growing up, like discipline-wise, my mom was a yeller. She was never physically abusive, but she was definitely a yeller. You know that when you did something wrong that you were going to get reamed for it. And even, issues in school, I think for me, I don't know how my siblings felt, but for me, it was, you had to kind of toe the line, you had to do this and you had to do that, which is expected of most kids, I think. But I think for some reason I took it more personally, and it really affected me, I think, in a negative way, to not be understood why maybe things weren't kind of going right.
This has all the makings of a transitional character in her lineage, doesn't it, Troy? Feels that way to me.
It absolutely feels that way. It sounds like Cheryl, you're a sensitive person who experiences.
I am. Yeah. Very much.
Yeah.
Have you heard that expression before, Cheryl, a transitional character in your lineage?
I have. Yeah. Actually, I've looked into a lot of that recently.
And?
I did a couple exercises with a coach that it's called, for her, it was family constellation therapy. And so she did an exercise where you're kind of thanking your ancestors and recognizing what they went through and maybe how hard it was, and just saying, I love you and I'm so sorry you had to go through that, kind of a thing. And so you're kind of breaking that bond of carrying on those negative, hard feelings.
Amen to that. I mean, what she just said could heal the world if we could all just step back, right? And it's bigger than you, right? It's bigger than you. Whatever you're experiencing now is the sum of all of its parts for 13 billion years and blah, 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 blah. And now it. But Troy, I want you to speak. I mean, I love that we're this far, that we're going to get into this close into the podcast. But Troy, let's talk about transitional characters in your lineage and what that means and what that feels like.
We have 3 goals with Learn from People Who Lived It. 1, to help you feel less alone. 2, encourage you to seek out a coach, a therapist, a church, anyone who can help you get through your journey and find some healing. 3, when you're ready, share your story with us.